Hey guys, my name's Steven, and welcome to our teacher orientation. Let's check out the orientation checklist. We'll talk about the perfect classroom setup, teacher behavioral standards, and some special reminders towards the end. So let's jump right in. Can you tell me, what do you think is the perfect online classroom setup? Can you think of any items that you'll need before stepping into your online classroom? Well, for starters, your classroom must be clean, bright, and quiet. Your internet network must be stable as well. And next, you'll need your teacher uniform. A white t-shirt with our company logo or sticker on it. Your classroom should also be child-friendly, with printout stickers and other fun stuff on the wall behind you. Don't forget to equip your online classroom with a high-quality pair of headphones with a microphone. And what else do you need to prepare? That's right. How about your props and reward system? Large flashcards, stuffed toys, and a whiteboard are all good ideas. And don't forget your pen and notebook. You'll need to take notes so you can give high quality and personalized feedback at the end of the class. Now let's talk about what behaviors can a teacher avoid to make sure that students stay engaged. The best teachers understand how their own behaviors affect their students. You should always maintain eye contact by looking directly into the camera. Yawning, eating, and slouching are big no-nos. Resting your face on your hand could make you look tired or lazy, so let's avoid that too. And of course, keep distractions to a minimum. Make sure your pets, kids, and spouses, and your roommates know that you're hard at work so they don't bother you. Now, what behaviors can teachers focus on to make sure that students are more engaged? That's right. Smile. Be animated. Sit up straight. Make eye contact with the camera and pay close attention to your students. Now remember, one of the worst complaints that we could ever receive is that our material, or even worse, that the teacher was boring. Personalization makes all the difference in the world, especially in one-on-one classes. But how do we personalize a class for our young learners? Let's take a look. Each student is different. To best relate to the student as a child and as a person, focus on the student's level, interest, and their experience. You'll learn a lot about a student in the first few minutes of class. So pay close attention and make your adjustments accordingly. Now remember, there are some topics that we want to absolutely avoid in our classes, especially with young learners. Pay close attention to the acronym PARSNIP. Let's not talk about politics. Let's not use adult language, talk about religion or sex. Let's use positive language, not negative language. Let's avoid our isms, racism or communism, and let's not exchange personal contact info with the student. Now let's talk a little bit about our LiveX product. There are two parts to the learning course. For learning input, students go through a 16-session unit on their own through our AI app. Once the student finishes an AI unit, you, the teacher, provide the output training through the LiveX course. So, what is LiveX? Our LiveX course is a series that's delivered by teaching professionals just like you to our young learners. The goal of this 25-minute lesson is for our students to practice output. Teachers need to encourage our students to speak and focus on the target language. As you can see, Most of our students are 6 years old and older, and at a level of A1 or higher. However, student language levels vary. We suggest that you adjust if the student's reactions indicate a need. Take a screenshot here for your reference. And let's talk briefly about the teaching flow of the LiveX class. There are 16 lessons in each unit. Each unit will have 6 sections: warm-up, word introduction, sentences, dialogue, challenge time, and wrap-up. You may find the need to skip certain pages during the classes to adjust for time and according to the learning circumstances. However, for advanced students, more time on the challenge time section is preferred, and this can take up to 8 to 10 minutes. Take a screenshot here for your reference. First, we begin each lesson with the warm-up. Here we can practice our greetings. We can also sing with the students to encourage them to use their voices. You can take note of their skills and level at this time. Next is the word introduction, where we present the target language. After the introduction, encourage students to speak out and practice the target words. Part 3 is the sentences section. Here, we form words into sentences. Do a presentation to teach this and move on to speaking so the student can practice their output. In the next section, you'll move from sentences to dialogue, building on what we've learned already. Following the dialogue section, we'll move on to challenge time. Here, we present sentences to enforce them. Here, we'll also do output tasks to allow the student to practice their own presentations. Finally, we'll summarize and wrap up the lesson by reviewing the target language and challenging the student to speak out a bit more. Don't forget to issue the rewards because the kids love this part. Encourage them and let them know how much their hard work has paid off. And remember, there are teacher notes included with each slide. This will help you stay on track and remind you of the target for each section. Make sure you're looking at the notes until you're familiar with each and every lesson. Now we're almost finished with today's orientation. Let's talk about the after-class feedback. Teachers have 24 hours from the time of the class to fill out the online feedback forms. Remember, this is not optional. Teacher performance ratings are heavily scored in regards to the feedback that teachers leave for their students. Let's take a closer look. The general comments text box is used to evaluate students' overall class performance. When commenting in this section, please use the sandwich approach, where we'll praise, then we'll give suggestions for improvement, and then we'll praise again. The participation section is used to evaluate students on their engagement. In this part, please praise the student or make suggestions to encourage more student engagement. The final 3 sections are used to list the key points and identify areas of opportunity. This is why taking notes is so important. In these sections, using a bullet point format is best. Thank you so much for joining us today for our teacher orientation. We look forward to bringing you on board, and we'll see you in the classroom.